Blackwood Manor. Just whispering its name sent shivers down your spine. It was a place where the past seemed to linger, where every creak and groan of the old wood told a story of its own. Nestled in the eerie depths of upstate New York, it stood as a haunting testament to a forgotten era. The manor was surrounded by dense, foreboding forests that seemed to close in on it, isolating it from the rest of the world. The Victorian mansion, with its decaying grandeur and sinister silhouette against the pallid moon, was a magnet for the curious and the foolhardy. Its once majestic walls now crumbled, and its windows, like empty eyes, stared out into the night. Locals whispered tales of its dark history, of sudden disappearances and restless spirits. They spoke in hushed tones, afraid that even mentioning the manor might summon its dark presence. Some swore they heard phantom whispers carried on the wind, voices that seemed to call out from another time, another world. Others spoke of blood-curdling screams echoing through the desolate halls at night, screams that would freeze the blood in your veins and make your heart race with terror. But the most chilling rumor of all hinted at a hidden treasure, a fortune in gold, hidden somewhere within the manor's depths. A treasure that many had sought but none had found. A treasure protected by a sinister curse. A curse that was said to bring doom to anyone who dared to seek it. One fateful night, a young woman named Jennifer dared to venture into the shadows of Blackwood Manor. Armed with only a flashlight and her courage, she stepped into the unknown. Little did she know that this night would change her life forever. The secrets she would uncover, the horrors she would face, would be beyond anything she could have ever imagined. Jennifer, a broke college student with a thirst for the unknown, found herself irresistibly drawn to the manor's mysteries. The tales of its haunted halls and hidden secrets were too tempting to resist. An avid urban explorer, she loved uncovering the secrets buried beneath layers of dust and decay. Each abandoned place she visited told a story, and she was determined to uncover the manor's. When she heard the whispers of hidden treasure and ghostly apparitions, her adventurous spirit ignited. The thrill of possibly discovering something extraordinary was too much to pass up. Armed with a flashlight, a map sketched from local lore, and a heart pounding with equal parts fear and excitement, Jennifer approached the manor. The map, though crude, was her guide through the unknown. The iron gates, rusted and choked with ivy, creaked open as if warning her to turn back. Their eerie groan seemed to echo her own doubts. She ignored their silent plea. The thrill of the unknown beckoned her forward. Each step she took was a step deeper into the mystery that had captivated her imagination. Stepping onto the overgrown path, she felt a cold shiver crawl down her spine. The path was barely visible, swallowed by nature's relentless reclaiming. The air grew heavy, thick with the scent of damp earth and something else, something ancient and sinister. It was as if the very ground held memories of the past. Jennifer shook off the unease and pressed on, her flashlight cutting a shaky beam through the oppressive darkness. Every rustle and creak heightened her senses. This was it, the night she would conquer Blackwood Manor. The night she would uncover its secrets and perhaps find the treasure whispered about in hushed tones. The mansion's interior was a labyrinth of shadows and decaying grandeur. Cobwebs draped the once ornate furniture like ghostly shrouds. Dust lay heavy on the floor, undisturbed for decades. As Jennifer ventured deeper, she felt an unsettling presence envelop her, watching her every move. A floorboard creaked beneath her feet, the sound amplified in the suffocating silence. Then she heard it, a whisper, faint and chilling, seeming to emanate from the very walls themselves.
Turn back while you still can.
Jennifer froze, her blood turning to ice. She was not alone. Taking a deep breath, she tried to rationalize the sound. It was just the wind whistling through the cracks, she told herself. But deep down, a primal fear warned her that something more sinister lurked within these walls, something that didn't want her here. Following her map, Jennifer navigated through crumbling hallways and past portraits with eyes that seemed to follow her every move. The air was thick with dust, and the floorboards creaked under her weight, adding to the eerie atmosphere. She finally arrived at a dusty old library, its shelves lined with leather-bound books. The room was dimly lit by a single flickering candle, casting long shadows that danced on the walls. The air here felt heavier, colder. The whispers grew louder, as if the very walls were trying to communicate with her. She could see her breath in the cold, misty air. As she examined the room, her hand brushed against a hidden lever concealed behind a bookshelf. The lever was cold to the touch, and she hesitated for a moment before pulling it. With a groan, the bookshelf swung inward, revealing a dark, narrow passage beyond. The passage seemed to beckon her, promising secrets long forgotten. This was it, the secret passage whispered about in local legends. It was said to lead to untold treasures, but also to dangers unknown. But guarding the entrance stood a translucent figure, a woman in a white gown, her face contorted in a silent scream. Her eyes were hollow, and her presence sent a chill down Jennifer's spine. Jennifer's breath caught in her throat. Fear threatened to paralyze her. She could feel her heart pounding in her chest, each beat echoing in the silent room. But the allure of the treasure, and the chance to escape her own poverty, fueled her courage. She knew this was her only chance to change her fate. Taking a shaky step back, she closed her eyes and whispered, "I mean no disrespect. I only seek what is hidden." Her voice trembled, but she hoped the spirit would understand her plea. To her surprise, the ghostly figure faded, granting her passage. The air seemed to lighten, and the whispers quieted, as if acknowledging her sincerity. The passage opened into a hidden chamber, its walls adorned with strange symbols, and a single lantern casting flickering shadows. In the center of the room sat a pedestal, and upon it lay a weathered scroll. My heart pounded with anticipation. This had to be the key to the treasure. Unfurling the scroll, Jennifer discovered a cryptic riddle. Where shadows dance and moonlight weeps, beneath the heart, the treasure sleeps. Where could shadows dance and moonlight weep? What did it mean beneath the heart? And then it hit her. The grand ballroom on the top floor had a massive stained glass window, the heart of the manor. With renewed determination, Jennifer retraced her steps, the ghostly whispers seeming to urge her forward now. The treasure was within her grasp. She could practically taste the freedom it promised. The ballroom was a vision of faded splendor and decay. Moonlight streamed through the enormous stained glass window, casting dancing shadows across the dusty floor. Directly beneath the window lay a single loose floorboard. I pried it open, my pulse quickening. And there it was, a wooden chest overflowing with gold coins and sparkling jewels. The treasure was real. Excitement surged through her, momentarily eclipsing her fear. But as she reached for the chest, the shadows around her seemed to twist and writhe, solidifying into menacing shapes. The whispers grew into deafening shrieks. The ghosts of Blackwood Manor had come for their due. Panic seized me. Scooping up a handful of gold coins, I slammed the chest shut and bolted. The ghostly figures gave chase, their spectral fingers brushing against my back, their icy breath chilling me to the bone. Jennifer ran as fast as her legs could carry her, dodging falling debris as the manor seemed to groan and shudder around her. She burst through the front doors and into the cool night air, the sound of her own ragged breathing echoing in her ears. As dawn broke, painting the sky in hues of orange and gold, Jennifer watched from a safe distance as Blackwood Manor collapsed in on itself, consumed by a cloud of dust and the weight of its own dark history. The treasure I had taken felt heavy in my pocket, a tangible reminder of the night's horrors. I had escaped with my life and a life-changing fortune. But I knew deep down that I had not escaped unscathed. The whispers of Blackwood Manor followed me, a constant reminder of the price of my daring. Jennifer tried to rebuild her life, to outrun the memory of that night. She used her newfound wealth to help others, hoping to tip the scales of karma in her favor. But the whispers persisted, echoing in the silence of the night, a constant reminder of the darkness that clung to her. The treasure had come at a cost, a truth that haunted her every waking moment. Blackwood Manor might have crumbled into dust, but its sinister legacy lived on, woven into the very fabric of her being. And sometimes when the wind whispered just right, I could swear I heard a faint, chilling laughter echoing in its wake. Mwahahaha!